What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Veve Bros. I'm Grandison Crawford.
And I'm Tony, get the on me.
And today we're doing a quick video about the next drop on Veve. So let's get into the information right now. This drop coming up is a huge deal. This is going to be the James Bond Aston Martin DB5. It's a classic car, super recognizable from the James Bond franchise. And it's going to be dropping Saturday, February 26th. There's going to be two drops that day. There's one at 8 a.m. That's going to be an ultra rare. It's going to be a static statue, and that's one single collectible. So you're going to be having to time it or spam it. And then at 12 o'clock, there's going to be a double feature secret rare drop where you have a blind box, which means you have the possibility of getting one of two secret rares. And it's insane. So let's look at it real quick. Just off bat, Tony, get the on me. What the heck do you think about this? Look at this. This is the static one.
Is it a stick shift?
Is it a stick shift? Because I can't drive it.
I can't drive it if it's stick.
No time to die. All right. So we got.
I mean, man, I think it's a clean whip. The DB series are lit. Aston Martin DB5. That's a classic car, bro.
Right. And this is, I mean, Aston Martin is a huge brand, huge luxury brand. So this is, you know, it's a real car in the real world. It's not just something that Veve made up. So
no.
the car heads are going to be like, look at that.
I know.
And this one's a static. So if we look at get into the details a little bit. So the list price is 307. 307. So if
and let people know what static is, because I remember like there's a few other cars. Right. Like the Back to the Future, and then also the Ghostbuster car, right, that has a static version. And I coming on the Veve early, I bought one of those thinking I was lit.
Yeah.
But what's the static? Tell the people what static.
So when they say static on Veve, it just means that it's not animated. So like it doesn't mean that you can't have later utility. There is speculation that this will still be drivable, but it means that if you're looking at the collectible, if you're interacting with it in your vault and things like that, it's a statue versus an animated collectible. And we'll get into the animated ones when we talk about the secret rares. But so there's 2,507 of these. It's an ultra rare, so that's the second highest rarity. So the second lowest scarcity of these collectibles. And you know, for an Aston Martin drop, $307 is pricey if you don't have it, but it ain't tricking if you got it, you know. So I'm gonna say, like, you know, if you have it in your account, as long as it's not all of your gems, no financial advice, I would definitely take a chance on this. That's a crazy limited amount, 2,507.
It's gonna be very interesting to see, like, how many people jump on this this Aston Martin? How many people are going to participate in this drop with so limited editions? And again, like, I think too, I love that Veve is doing a drop like this with such limited editions with the listing price, because at the end of the day, this is a collector's app. And this separates the real collectors from the fake ones. And if you're a real collector, a car collector, and you're really into like Aston Martins and you're really into cars or whatever, you'll jump on this drop.
Right. $307.
That's the thing. Like, I hear people, go into, you know, I can't afford this drop. Why Veve dropping all these drops? I can't afford them. I don't have no more gems. Every drop is not for you. Every drop is not for you. And that's fine. Like, you don't walk in someone's house and someone's house just have all these type of collectibles. Like, you collect what you love. You collect what you like, you know. So.
And also, you wouldn't blame the store that sold it to them for them having it, right? Like, like you wouldn't walk into a place and be like, man, your China is too expensive. What the hell? Why did they charge you for this? You're like, what?
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly.
Get it. So like, you don't have to go for it. Not everything needs to, affordable is relative, right? Like, some people, $307, that's nothing. They'd buy 14 of them, you know what I mean? But some people, $307, I was on Discord and there was a dude who was talking about like wanting to flip up to something. And I forget what it was, but I was like, I mean, that's only like 150 or something. And he's like, yeah, that would take me 3 months of savings. And I was like, 150 US dollars, 3 months of savings? Why? And he was like, that's just how it goes. I live in Germany. My job situation, like I only make enough for whatever. So I can't speak to anybody's situation.
Yeah, no. And I mean, you collect what you can afford, and that's like in the real world or the digital world,
Yeah.
This right here, this car is for people who either really are like, I got the gems, I got the money to invest in it, and I see it as a good investment, or like, again, like they're real true car collectors and James Bond, collectors. So
right. And so this is the first drop of Saturday, February 26th. It's going to be 8 a.m. Some of you that's early, some of you that's late. Either way, if you not financial advice, I'm definitely going for this because I would want one of those cars. And if it does have the opportunity to drive it around in the Veve verse, then I'm going to be one of 2,507 people out of the 2 million active users on the app cruising around in my little Aston Martin, like, I won't be ready for a war again.
Oh, you gonna listen to The Weeknd? Okay.
Not the same, you know what I mean?
The Weeknd do got some NFT music too, just to throw that out.
Though.
He got some NFT music.
He got some cruising jams. So ultra rare, static, that's dope. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. So this is the first secret rare that you can get. It's interactive. What does that mean? That means you can open the doors, you can drive it around for sure in the Veve verse. And if the description is right, it has an animated pair of miniguns that emerge from the front of the headlamps.
Not the guns.
Not the guns.
Hold on, from the where?
From the side, so that emerge from the front headlamps.
The front headlamps?
They pew, 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 pew.
I need that on my car because LA traffic. Bro, I need those miniguns on my whip, okay?
Some people gotta go.
Some people gotta do. Catch these bullets. Do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, why you just cut me off? Do. Yeah.
Trying to get the homies a cold kid. So yeah, and then they got steerable wheels, which is tight. And typically with the animated ones, they're like one of one size. So you can make them real big and move them around and pose them, and you put other collectibles on them, take pictures with them, drive them in the app when the Veve Burst launches. So this one, now, if you thought 307 was pricey, you're out on this one because it's $1,007 for one of the two. Now, the difference between them is this. You see how there's a JB, James Bond 007 license plate right here? Mm-hmm. That right there is the difference between you having one of the 507 editions of that collectible and you having one of 7 editions of that collectible.
Yeah, they're both secret rares though.
They're both secret rares, but if you are one of the people who gets one of these 7, you got nothing but bragging rights.
I love that they did the 1007. I like that. Veve is funny.
Yeah, it's tight. Like they really,
their marketing team is dope.
David Yu is really into collecting, man. Like that's his first passion, and all this business stuff is what he does to keep it going. So
yeah,
this is going to be an insanely low drop. 2,000 for the static one, 2,000 of the static. That's going to be nigh impossible. But if you pull on this drop, if you have the 1,007 gems for this drop and are able to get either one of these, but if you got the 7, imagine cruising around and you and only 6 other people have this item in the world.
With the license plate in the background? Or in the back?
With the 007 license plate and the gun.
I mean, that's dope. I mean, again, that's like, to me, this is for like collectors. Like $1,007. I can't go for that. Can't go for that. No kidding.
You buying things at twice the price.
I can't go for that.
That's That's real though, man.
I can't go for that. It's just too much for me. I mean, like honestly, I think it's dope. I think again, if you have the gyms and you have a strategy, I think you have like a little strategy. You're gonna try to get this thing, aren't you?
I am, yeah, man. I don't know if my strategy will work, so not financial advice, but I'm basically gonna try and pull on the 307. I'm gonna try and flip, and for people who aren't in the collector space, that just means sell to get either gems or another collectible, and flip right before, because there's 4 hours in between the drops. So the 8 a.m. and then there's a 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so the market will be open for like 3 hours almost.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that people who didn't get the drop are still going to want this. And it might not be smart. Maybe I'm not making a good choice. But it's one I'm willing to take, because if I can sell this, if I can buy it for 307 and sell it for like 3K, right? Which is, there's only 2,500 of them and they're ultra rare Aston Martin. Then even if I don't get the drop of this 1007, I still have 3,000 gems. And I can spend that on the rest of the market, which right now, because of this, everything's dipping. Like everything is dipping,
I mean stuff been dipping prior, but now stuff is dipping even more. And there's gonna be a lot of bags. There's gonna be a lot of people holding bags that's not catching this drop. That's gonna be looking to spin.
That's gonna be willing to spin. So I'm thinking
that's why it's kind of risky for me. Ooh, do I jump on something that I'm not really that much of a fan of? Where I can like buy collectibles right now that I'm like, yo, it's super low, and it could be a potential good catch at this dip, because there's a lot of bag holders looking to spend money.
Right. Now what do you think? Like, you think that like in terms of like what it could drop, like the ultra rare, I'm thinking that it's going to hit the market for at least 3K.
The ultra rare is the one that the static one, right?
The static one, yeah.
Was 2,507. I mean, I get 3K still seems. I would say 2K.
You think it's going to hit the market for 2K?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2K, because I'm looking at that as like
drop. Just because of the next drop coming in the next couple hours.
Yeah, and two, I'm just kind of comparing it to like secret rare drops of late. I feel like secret rare is kind of like, that's kind of the amount of secret rares that you would get. Now, granted, you are paying more for this collectible. So I guess people will look at it like, well, I'm not paying the $60 that I probably would pay for a secret rare, collectible. But at the end of the day, like, secret rares of late hasn't really been hitting that 3K mark.
Right.
So I'm kind of thinking like 2K.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, cause I've seen in terms of like you're talking about settling, like for me, at least hitting the market. And I think there will be people who FOMO in, I think 3K minimum, just because there's been secret rares, and this is just for the ultra rare, the 307 priced ultra rare with 2,507 of them. I think it's going to hit the market for more, and people are also going to be willing a little more to spend more on it because of the significance of it. It's James Bond. It's in one of the most iconic James Bond cars, and it's an Aston Martin first drop. That's the first NFT Aston Martin drop ever.
Yeah, but wouldn't you wait though? I would low key. Wouldn't you want to wait until you see what's going to happen at 12 o'clock? Like,
only if you're going for it. There's so many people who are not going for the 12 o'clock drop.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if you're not going for the 12, if you're going for the 8 o'clock drop,
right?
I honestly feel like you're going to go for the 12 o'clock drop. That means you're into the car. Now, granted, it is a few $100s difference for sure.
Right.
But it's saying that you're into the car.
Right.
But wouldn't you think that like most people would probably, and I mean, I can't speak for 2.1 million people,
right.
But I would think that most people would be like, well, let me be a little patient to see what's going to happen on the 12 o'clock listings.
Right.
Before I FOMO in on the 8 o'clock.
Well, I mean, I hear you with that, but
I don't know.
I think that because the price, because that goes into kind of what I was going to ask you next, which is if something if the drop is $1,007, the likelihood of someone putting it on the market for less than 8 to 10K is pretty slim.
Less than 8 to 10K?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the next question. So you feel like the secret rare 507 of them?
507.
You feel like that's going to be listed where?
I feel like it would be insane to see that listed for less than probably. No, I correct myself. It would be insane to be listed than less than 10K. Because here's why I say that. The golden the 007 movie tickets, there was only 7 of those, and the lowest one listed was $300,000. That's not a car. You can't drive it around, and really, it was only a one-time use type of situation where you could get free tickets from it. That was $107 drop. So anyone who lists the 7 that you get with the license plate, no one's going to list it for less than probably $100,000.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay. So like you saying, it's all right. So the 507 one, what do you think? What's your prediction on the 507?
507 one, it would be, man, I know I'm bullish on it, but no one's going to list that for less than like 20K.
I love that you're saying no one's going to list it. As if you like, no, it's no way. Because the thing is, like, we've been seeing the market. People been listing stuff at like ridiculous prices. Let's be real. Like, you know what I mean? And we've been seeing stuff dip so quickly. Like the fact that like Donald and Daisy was like one of the strongest golden moments. Like, I mean, this is first appearance of Donald and Daisy.
Right,
and we see it go from 2K all the way down to like it was under 1,000 at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally, and that's literally 2 weeks ago. It's only been out for like 2 weeks.
But they only spent $60 if they got it.
True, I get that, but I'm just saying like the market. But none of us, like even spending that $60, none of us predicted that like, yo, this Donald and Daisy collectible is about to dip $1,000 from where, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying, as far as like the market is very unpredictable right now. Now, granted, I do feel like 507 people who are purchasing this are like a little bit of probably I would say more of them are the smarter investors. And I don't want to say like you're not smart, you know what I mean? But I just feel like, let me say more for better use of words, like more seasoned right. investors.
Yeah.
And they understand, they probably understand more like, okay, I have I have a little bit of leverage, right? With these collectibles, and I'm not just going to throw them up for anything, you know?
Right, exactly.
So I do agree with that. I think just off of that, not because of the market is unpredictable, but I'm basing it off the type of investors that's going to hold these collectibles. Like yourself, you're a really good investor. You type of investors that's going for this drop, and that have the gems, they're going to be a little bit more strategic on how they list it. Now, I think that buying something for $1,000, and if you're able to 10x your money, you're happy. I honestly feel like the lowest for the second one is going to be 10K. I think for the 7, I think that can go however it want to go. Like I'm not mad at any number that you get, you know, you post up or list.
Right.
You know? I mean, if I was to throw something out there, I would say the lowest would be 50,000.
For the 7, I think that it's not going to be less than 300,000 if the only collectible that had 7 of it is an indicator. Granted, yes, the market's crazy, but the people, like you said, the people who have 1,000 gems and would even go to pull on this are not going to have an understanding that this is something that is historically valuable. I don't see them putting it for less than like 300K.
Yeah.
Listing. They might not sell it because that's the thing. The difference between, say, like the actual listing versus what sells is hugely different. I can list I have a Wonder Woman listed at 9.5 million, and that's a number 99 mint or 95 mint. Is it going to sell? No time soon, but like, you know, it's listed there. Whereas there are people who bought Donnie's, and Donnie is from Powerpuff Girls, and it's a character nobody knows, but there's 150 of them who bought it for 100K just because it was scarce. So
yeah, it took a while to get to that 100K, but I mean, like, again, it goes into like the more seasoned. There might be one person in that 7 though. There's 7 people. It might be one person that like get lucky and they like, yo, I just copped this for 1,000. I'm about to list this for 50K, and that 50 and sell it like that. Like, you know, and not saying that, I don't know, it might not sell like that, but I feel like it's obviously more likely to sell faster than, you know, something that's listed at 300K. Right. You know, and like, it all depends. It all depends if that person is looking at it like, yo, I want to make a quick return, right. Real quick flip. Right. Boom, boom. But you know, if you got 7 people who are willing to wait, right. Because I don't think you listed up for 300,000. That first one just sells like that. I don't think it will sell right away, but I definitely think listing wise, and I agree with you. Like, because here's the thing: if you put something up for like that rare for 50K, it'll probably sell immediately. Yeah, that's the thing. So, and with 50K, the moves you can make are crazy, especially with the market down. I mean, you can buy a whole floor of things. Like I could buy all of the 100 and something listed of the Donald and Daisy. I mean, outside of the ones that are ridiculous. Right. Or right. you could just sit on that 50K. Right. Sit on that 50K. Wait till MTL and be like, babe, I just took that $1,000 that, you know, that you was like kind of like crazy about me, you know, putting into this app, and I just turned that $1,000 into $50,000. Or you can even say like, because most of the money that I have in gyms was not, I didn't spend that amount of money. I didn't put that money in. I put like 60, turned it into 100 or 200 or 1,000, right? I spent I spent 1,100 on Superman, and I turned I sold it for 4.3K, right? Mm-hmm. So I made a bunch of money that I didn't spend a bunch of money. So if you spend 1,000 and then you get 50,000, that's a crazy return. That's what I'm saying. So, it's like, yeah, you know. But that being said, definitely let us know in the comments, like, what are your thoughts? What are your price predictions on like what it's going to be listed at? What are your thoughts on what these things are going to sell at? Are you going for any of these drops, either the 8 o'clock static or the 12 o'clock secret rare blind box? Would you sell it or would you keep it? And then also, what moves would you make if you had, say, the hypothetical $50,000 in the app? Would you wait till cash out and then come up on a nice vacay? Or would you reinvest it into things like golden moments or things like that? So definitely let us know in the comments. We always love to hear from you, and we like to see, you know, what kind of moves the community is making. We really appreciate you watching this. Definitely like the video if you like what we were talking about. Subscribe to the channel to support us. This has been Veve Bros. I've been Grannis from Crawford. And I'm Tony. Get to own me. We'll see you when we're looking at you. Peace. Because we don't even know if this Aston Martin is the biggest drop of the month. Yo, here you go. Yo, you gotta let this month in. You're not gonna let this month in, bro. We got Black Panther. We got this drop, and you still holding on. What's up with you, bruh? I'm saying we still could have a drop on the 28th. You have no idea. People might be. You thought it was gonna be Miles Morales too, and Veve was like, "Yo, we're not doing Miles, bro." Bruh, but there's a lot of M's in the world. You know what I mean? They said M. Somebody in the market. Who said M? Where did you get this M from? First of all, what's his name? Alex something, and he is part of the marketing team. Come on, bro. Alex. I don't know who Alex is, but Alex out here capping. That's all. He's part of the marketing team.
So
we're part of the marketing team. We're right. What we doing right now is
when's the last time you talked to David Yu?
I never.
So I don't know, man. Like, honestly, this should be the biggest drop, but we don't know. So wait till February 28th. Wait till leap year happens.
Yeah, okay.